Alright, day 2, Sealy. To say the weather has changed would be a drastic understatement. So it's 8 o'clock. We started out on a deep spot. And, sorry, I was swimming off with it. And down on the main lake, I caught 4 on a football jig, and you caught a couple on a Carolina rig, but they were just all spots. We never caught a largemouth. So. But we run out there. It was not dark, but it wasn't bright light yet. And being overcast, we didn't want to be running around where there'd be a lot of traffic. So we've now worked our way up the lake. We're just around the forest area, and the water's really dirty, really dirty. Now I'm told it's not as dirty as it was, but I just jumped off about a 2.5 pounder on the chatterbait. So we're gonna fish shallow the rest of the day with this wind and this cloud cover. Got some wobber floppers, chatterbaits. No more spinning reels today, so we will see what happens. We heard through the grapevine that a lot of those better fish actually got caught shallow, which is not surprising, or a little bit surprising. But anyway, we're gonna stay a little shallower today. See what shakes. Stick around. Alright, so let me walk you through the situation here. It's almost 8 o'clock. We are about 8 miles from the weigh-in. A 3-pound even fish is worth, the first 3-pound even fish for the day is worth $10,000. I'm going to weigh this fish right here, and this fish weighs, on my scale, 3.08, which in any conditions pretty much is worth taking this chance. But we had just had 2 or 3 bites in a row, and we had not listened to the radio. So we turned the radio on, and right at 8 o'clock, nobody has weighed a 3-pound fish. So I told Jim, I said, you know, the odds of this fish weighing 3.00 are really, really small. If it's a 298 or a 302, but the odds are really, really small. So we make the decision. Probably I make the decision. And plus, it's super rough right now. We're actually completely out of the wind right now. And you can see what's happening on the water right here. We make the decision to wait into the 9 o'clock hour and try to catch a 4 or 5 pounder so that maybe we have a chance of winning some hourly money and also weighing this fish for the 3-pound even. And about 15 after 9, somebody weighed a 3-pounder even, so we turned this one loose. So yeah, we might have had a $10,000 fish, but I really don't think we did, or I'd have been a lot more anxious to get down there and try to weigh that fish. So this is literally 10 minutes later, and Jim hooks another fish. Now, I'm leaving this footage in here to tell you that my back camera's not working. And the reason the back camera's not working, and some other bass cat guys may have this problem, is the light on a bass cat, the bow light, the transom light, is riveted. There's 3 rivets that hold that light in place. And it wobbles a little bit. It works great with a light in it. It doesn't turn off at all. But with a camera, it's just disruptive enough to your power to shut that back camera off. It's a really easy fix. I did the same thing on a Lynx. You just pop the back open and you just put you drill those rivets out, put 3 through bolts through it, and it's fixed. But you got to do that in order to have that back camera stay on, and I had forgotten to do it, and actually still haven't done it, but we'll get it done here in the next few days. I'm also leaving this footage in here because Jim Jones totally Mike Iaconelli big-eyed that fish. He goes, I think that's a 3-pounder. And I said, man, that fish doesn't hardly weigh 2 pounds. And
What? 1 ounce. That's what it says. It said 1 ounce. How do you do that? Two, 211. You thought he was bigger than yours, and you were going to cry if I called him bigger.
Here we go.
Is that a good one?
No, he's got his mouth popped open. Well, when they got their mouth popped open like that, he wanted him some chatterbait though, for sure.
Weird, isn't it?
Oh, they always are. Dickie says that they're there, they'll show themselves. Is that a gator going right yonder? It is, isn't it? Right on your 12 o'clock. Little baby gator.
so the wind laid back down for us a little bit, and we went back out. This is actually on the Caney Flats, just out on the main lake. Again, kind of looking for those late main lake spawn fish, and we didn't find them. That was pretty much it for day 2. We caught a bunch of those same size fish, just no big fish. We caught a lot of fish. I left this footage in here because this is the 3rd day in the Puma, and I was a bit apprehensive because it has 5-inch less bow rise than the Lynx was. I was really comfortable with the Lynx in big water, and what I will tell you is the boat performed beautifully. This is not as rough as it got, but pretty rough. You see I'm running the troughs. Whether we were into, cross, or with trailing seas, we never put any water in the boat. The boat really handled beautifully. I'm extremely pleased with it. And I like the way it lands. If you guys have spent a lot of time in a boat, you know what I'm saying. It doesn't have that real hard, jarring land, and it feels just as solid as my first bass cat when it comes down in big water. So a really fine riding big water boat, and a boat that's under 20 feet long. So Jim took off that evening, had something to do, and I went out 3rd day by myself.
Well, welcome to day 3 of the Sealy. So I thought I was going to have to fish today by myself. I actually wasn't sure that Jim was going to make it to fish the first 2 days. So knowing how hard it is to get in the water, I made the decision to launch my boat and just park it in Dickie Newberry's backyard, which greatly limited me this morning to where I could go. So I went there this morning, put in the water, and by the way, if you didn't see, it's blowing like crazy. Yesterday, I heard of a capsized boat at, there's a kingfisher up around around the beach, which is right where we ran through. I'm surprised we didn't see them. And then this was right there at the ramp.
Unfortunately, obviously some folks lost their boats or had great damage to the boats, but to my knowledge, nobody got hurt. So that's a blessing. But boy, you hate seeing this happen. But it's a big lake, and you got to know what you're doing. You got to be in the right equipment.
So it was pretty ugly yesterday. It's blowing maybe a little harder today, and it's projected to blow even harder later in the morning. So I just floated it off this morning. I thought, well, I'll just fish around. I mean, look, you can catch a giant one anywhere. And I thought, well, I'll fish around here, kind of in behind Twin Dykes, which is where Dickie's house is. And when I floated away from the dock, in what I'm gonna call probably a 20 or 30 acre area, maybe a little less than that, there were 32 boats. And I thought, you know what, I've got a big old boat, I can go where I want to. So I just picked the wind direction and ran directly into the wind. And I'm up here, Bear and Pompano are right over behind me. So I'm up the Ash Creek arm. And I'm just gonna fish around. The water's dirty, but there's milfoil in here, which kind of excites me. I can see one other boat. So nobody got out. Everybody's around the ramps. A lot of folks, I'm sure, went home. I told Jim yesterday, I said, it's not scary, it's uncomfortable, but if you don't spend a lot of time on big water, or if you don't spend any time on big water, or you don't have the right equipment to do it, I'm sure it was scary to a lot of people yesterday. So I think it sent some folks home. The weather, obviously, it's cold, and it dropped about 20 degrees overnight. But we're gonna fish around, and we'll fish till 1. I got the one great benefit of what I did was I can call Dickie and he can come pick me up at Mill Creek, and I don't have to go back across the main lake this afternoon. So, but I would love to call him here in about an hour and say, hey, I got a 13-pounder, come get me. So I'm gonna throw a chatterbait, a whopper plopper a little bit. I think that's mostly what I'm gonna do today, unless I see something that looks like it's worth dragging on. But the water's really dirty. I wish I knew whether it just turned dirty overnight or if it's been dirty for a while. I suspect it's been dirty for a while, which would be more ideal, but I've kind of got no choice. There's no running around to go running to here and there and everywhere else today. You're gonna fish where you landed. So this is the area we landed, and there's plenty of fishable, dirty but fishable water back here. So I'm gonna give it a try. And by the way, I will also say, this boat sat out, I'm sure it rained at least 2 inches last night, and it sat out in the rain, and all my boxes are dry. I'm really pleased with that. Didn't get not any water that I've seen at all in any of my boxes, and the auto bilge pump works too, which is very pleasing. I'm gonna say, I don't know how well y'all can see that gator.
So I have fished Rayburn since the late 80s, and you used to never, ever see gators.
I'm gonna say
the first 15 years.
10-footer.
I might have saw 2 or 3 gators.
See if I can sneak up on him a little bit. I know he's hard to see, but he's a big.
So I don't know if they've quit hunting them, if they've been forced out of their habitat, but I mean, it's not unusual to see 8 or 10 gators in a day in the summertime on Rayburn. And this was not a huge one, but a good one for sure. And he let me get really, really close to him right here.
I'm bigger than you. At least I am in this boat. Well, that's a stare off right there, isn't it? Golly, I've never seen one let me get that close to him before. Woo-hoo. He did not care. Whew, man, that gave me the willies.
Guys, day 3 fishing was really tough on me, and I'm not going to show you catching a bunch of little fish, but I'm going to show you something here that has worked for me in the past. At Rayburn, it worked for me really well one time on Lake of the Pines, and it also worked for me on the Arkansas River Muskogee. At Rayburn, typically the fish do not relate to the milfoil. And milfoil grows in towers. It's pretty easy to tell the difference when you're looking on an electronics. You'll see it in a second. But post-spawn, and my assumption is post-spawn bass get out there and their fry suspend in the tops of those towers, and those fish sit out there and protect their fry. That may not be right, but that's my only experience of catching significant numbers of fish on Rayburn around milfoil when there's also hydrilla is in post-spawn. And so that's what I'm doing out here, is trying to find a big post-spawn female. And I'm going to show you right here how I'm looking out in front of the boat and identifying these milfoil towers.
So what I'm doing is I'm out here in the mouth of this pocket, and you see on the perspective mode, that's that clump of milfoil. And the difference you'll see between milfoil and hydrilla, milfoil grows in those strips like that. So you can see there's another one right there. That's that one out there. And then you're going to see there's another couple of smaller ones over there. Whoops. So when I scan to them, when I get them straight on me, there's one out there at 50 feet. You see that one right there? That's the one I'm just starting to pick up. So that's the ability to, And you know, live scoping is not always about see fish, catch fish. Sometimes live scope is more like 360, or it's see structure, catch fish, or street, and in my case, see grass. Now I just need the catching to cooperate. There's a fish just out there suspended 45 feet. Oop, right through him. Whoop, he didn't want it. Well, I had hoped to come down here and fish for 3 days and have 5 or 6 really good shows, and that's 3 days in one show, and that's not even a very good show, guys. I'm sorry. We fished hard. You know, I fished with Jim Jones first 2 days. Had a great time. He's really fun to fish with. You know, it's just fun to have a buddy that's just a buddy you like to hang out with. You happen to also be fishing. And then today I fished by myself. You know, I made a mistake. I stayed in the dirty water too long. I went around into buck there at the end of the day, and I caught that one little wacky worm fish. But I feel like you probably could have caught. I probably could have caught a few more fish over there. But it's just a brutally windy day. Cold front. Temperature dropped 25 degrees overnight. And oh well, I tell you what, I am impressed kind of all the way around with the boat. You know, you don't ever want to be out in really rough water, but to trust a boat, you got to carry it out in really rough water. I had planned to go up to the weigh in, but you know, I just feel like at this point, and hopefully just want to draw a boat. But heck, I may have threw a $10,000 3-pounder away yesterday, and I bet there's 5,000 names are going to draw today. And oh well, I'm probably not going to do it. I'm probably just going to put it on a trailer and go back to Dallas. Been a very long couple of days. I was up at 4:30 this morning, and I'm pulled the boat back to Dallas, so we have it up there to fish out of. So I think the best move for me is going to be go help Sarah get the kids packed up and get on the road home. So sorry not to see you guys at the weigh-in, but I enjoyed visiting. A bunch of you recognized me. You know, I'm not in a wrap boat anymore, so I'm not as easy to recognize on the water, but I still got to talk to a bunch of guys. Fishing was tough. I only talked to one boat today that had any fish, and I talked to probably 15 or 20. No, that's not right. I caught 2 boats had caught. One had caught 3 and one had caught 2, just not his. So tough couple days on Rayburn. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I promise we'll get some fish catching up here pretty soon. I got Dickie Newberry's chauffeur coming and got me, so this works out perfect today.
Hey guys, we're going to slip this in here at the end of this video. Sarah is doing what we've done in the past with her business, Arbonne, which is packages, and this time for Mother's Day. So she's got a couple of packages for you she's going to tell you about with some new products that she's real excited about.
Okay guys, Mother's Day is in 2.5 weeks. So my advice is don't screw it up. And I would love to help you not screw it up. But my free tip, as I said last year, if you guys didn't hear it or didn't catch it, sometimes we don't want anything but alone time. So you can do that for free. That's my helpful tip for you.
If you have children, specifically.
Or you're married, I mean, you know. Whatever she wants, I feel like you should get her. But if you're looking for gifts and you have absolutely no idea what to do, I put 3 together, and they're combined with my favorite things. For those of you that may have not heard me talk about Arbonne before, it's all plant-based products. Everything is clean and safe and healthy. And I put together 3 different packages for kind of different lifestyles or purpose. But the first is just my two of my favorite products. And our mascara is one of them. Almost every woman uses mascara. Not every woman, but almost. And it's fabulous. And we just reformulated it, and every one of my new clients has raved about it. So you cannot go wrong here. Then, as you can see, this is one of my well-loved products. This is our bath salts, and it goes in the bathtub. It smells amazing. It's detoxifying, so it helps your body actually detox, helps sore muscles. It's incredibly relaxing, and those 2 products are 2 of my favorites. So if you're just kind of looking for a little something to put together for her, the price point in that with my discount that I'm giving to you guys is $54. So if that is of interest, let me know. And then the next package is more of like a self-care at home. And so it does include the bath salts again. And then this gel lotion. So it has lots of purposes. It is detoxifying. It helps sore muscles, achy joints. If you get a bug bite and you put it on there, it helps to pull the toxins out, and it prevents blisters and big welts from like mosquito bites and ant bites. Again, clients love this. It's also great for sunburns as we go into, well, yeah, it works. It works for our kids. It helps it not to itch so bad. But it also works for sunburns as we go into summer. So it's a great product. It's been a favorite in the company for years and years and years. And then we have an Inner Calm tea, which is green tea peach flavored, and so you just mix it with water. You can do it as iced tea, or you can warm it up. But it has adaptogens to help you adapt to stress. So if you're raising children or if you're married, you probably experience some stress. I'm just testing to see if there's commentary.
Good.
And it's a favorite too, and it has supplements and vitamins to help you adapt to stress even more. So I love that one as well. And then this is just a sheet mask, which has like great serums and stuff just for cooling and soothing and a little peace. You feel real weird in it, but it's well worth the weird feeling. And then for the
Price on this?
Oh, thank you. The price on that is $111. That's with the discount. And I can get a free gift onto that package with some specials that Arbonne's running this month. So ask me about that and we can choose a free gift on that if you'd like to as well. And then tax and shipping would be added on if I need to ship it to you, tax included. On these products, actually these two don't include tax, because if we're doing it in Texas, we don't pay tax on our nutrition products. But the other two in the sort of the mom on the go is our protein and our Fizz energy sticks. I don't go a day without my Fizz energy sticks. It is naturally derived caffeine, and it has CoQ10 and B vitamins to help with energy. So you're going to have a little natural caffeine stimulant. So it's a slow release. It's not going to be a high stimulant and then a crash. It's just a good slow release.
By the way, since most of you guys are my age, that CoQ10 is the thing they give us for our statins to help take some of the soreness out of you. So that's actually a prescription I got when I got my statin prescribed to keep my blood right, my cholesterol right. So that's part of that package, and I drink that a ton. So. And
it only has 2 grams of sugar, and so it's a great alternative to sodas and other caffeine drinks that we use. And then the protein, I have the bag of chocolate here, but this morning they announced in the full meal replacement protein our coffee flavor, and it is so good in the other type of protein that we have. And so mine is on order. But it's great because it does have caffeine in it. It's coffee flavored, and you can start the day with your healthy protein, and it can, basically substitute as your coffee if you want it to, or you can mix it in your coffee for extra flavor and for extra protein. If you have anybody in your life that craves sugar, they're probably not getting enough protein. That's what our body does. Protein's the best blood sugar stabilizer, and when we get wonky, we crave sugar because our glucose is messed up. So. And then also for women over a certain age, and just for us in general, protein is our source of longevity and our strength. So it's a great on the go. It's a full meal replacement for somebody that's just incredibly busy, or if you're taking care of kids and sometimes you forget to eat, it's a great way. All you have to do is mix it with water, and it's a full meal replacement. Let me help you with verbiage. Don't show up with a meal replacement making it look like a weight loss product. That's not what we're doing here. I want you to have just a nice treat for somebody that would use it, especially for somebody that loves protein. And the price point on those 2 products together is $114, plus your shipping if I have to get it to you from here. And again, I can get a free product with that with some specials that Arbonne has this month. So if you're interested, if I need to wrap it for you, I am happy to do that. I love wrapping. I love making it look good, and love to take that burden from you. I need that order by Friday, May 3rd in order to do that. And then I just need a week. If we're ordering it from Arbonne directly to you, I need about a week to get it to you on time without the gift wrap. So my contact information will be linked to the video. Shoot me an email. We can find the best deal. If you want to just cater something together, custom, I'm happy to do that too. So just let me know, and I am happy to help you guys out.
There you go, guys. And of course, you can always reach me at kensmithfishing@outlook.com as well. So hope you guys use this for the wife to make up, or daughter, or I guess mother or grandmother. your
Let's just say
mother,
somebody
your
playing
wife.
the mother role.
There you go.
Okay.
Somebody playing the mother role. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, so on addendum, I decided to come to the weigh-in because Sarah and the boys have already gone. They're going to see Grandma, my mother. Well, I got out here, and where I saw where the traffic started, I said, because I had dropped my boat at Dickie's house, and I turned around and went back and got my boat because, man, this is crazy. So I punched my trip counter when I came at Needmore, because that's where trucks were parked on the side of the road. See what it says down there. So it's now 7/10 of a mile. Trucks parked on both sides, trucks and cars and boats, and we still are probably a third. It's probably going to be right at a mile, and I'm told with the traffic it's just as far the other direction too. So I am going to the weigh-in. I am going to Zavala. So I've been racing that couple right there, and they passed me and I passed them. They passed me and I passed them. That couple too. But it looks like the walkers are going to win this 1 mile race. So it was a mile of traffic. Steady traffic. It's weird. A lot of people are walking in. A lot of them are done walking out. A lot of them are like, done, see ya, gotta go. There's a double park through here. Uh-oh. White boy's drinking beer crossing. Oh my gosh, what's the other one? They are to the dam, as far as you can go. That's a lot of people to come to a weigh-in. I don't think the Classic gets that many people to weigh in. It's finally starting to lay down a little bit.